Just a
Right?
quick reminder: who was it who hit me with the harpoon this
Him.
That was
weekend? That was him. Oh well,
yeah.
that's why it's gone, isn't it?
Yeah,
Out of guilt, jumped off the boat.
yeah. Oh, and that's a shame too, because one of the first things I was going to do was reward experience. So, um,
He was gonna get XP for hitting him.
believe it or not, yes.
He didn't take me out. Come on.
Let's see. Got to figure out which one is which.
So if you go to images, Captain Usar's boat is on the second page. Just FYI. Because that's where all of our tokens are.
Oh, I see. On your second page, yep.
I was just noting so it was easy to find for others.
Yeah, but I think we moved beyond that. We said we were all on the boat at some point.
Yeah. Well, okay, so let me try to reset here. So where we left off last week was the ship had sunk, being torn apart by some sort of kraken-like monster. During the fracas, everyone performed heroic feats. Arista and Kelithor were very diligent about getting Mara off the boat safely, while the rest of the crew pretty much just went on the attack. As the ship went down, oh, and there was the aforementioned harpooning, and then friendly fire. And then, as the ship was sinking, the captain seemed very serious about retrieving something from a very lower hold, for which Thrak helped him. And in the haste, Thrak was not able to gather all of his gear. And I think the rest of the party did delay long enough to grab all of their gear. So we find ourselves heading towards the shore in the rescue boat. The captain and a number of his crew heading towards the eastern shore. Meanwhile, on the western shore, the other two men who had come aboard at the very last moment carrying a heavy bundle, they had swum towards that western shore. And they too had made sure that they stopped what they were doing to grab a bundle once it was apparent the ship was going to sink. And so they still have that big bundle. And that's pretty much where we're going to start the evening. I do want to stop and give some experience points and catch us up on this, because I think we might be getting close to a level, at least for Jen, and that's because Arista has been playing since essentially session 0, and then I think Kelithor,
Yep.
you might have come in the very next session.
Yes.
So you're not far
I
behind.
Mara twice.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so if I'm going to the party sheets and I look at XP, now I had already given everyone their XP for the battle itself. So all of the experience gained by battling the monsters and maintaining control in the heat of battle. I was going to additionally reward.
Is that the stuff that's already on my sheet?
Yes. So at this point, if you look at your experience points, you're going to see some experience points. That's essentially everything you've earned to date. I am now going to add some additional experience based on particular efforts each of your characters made during the battle. So, and I'm just going to tell you the numbers and I'll let you add them to your sheet. I found it in, at least I couldn't find a way in Fantasy Grounds to reward experience to just one player. So,
To add it to character by character.
yeah, that's kind of what I was going to do. Well, I'll do that for you, I suppose. So, both Arista and, it looks like Kelithor did it already. Yeah, 1,000.
There.
So, you can add, Arista and Kelithor get an additional 250 for being cool-headed enough to get Mara to the boat, do what was necessary there. For helping the captain, Thrak gets an extra 300. for efforts above and beyond. And then I was going to reward, and I still will reward, Theron 150 experience points for the expert use of harpoon.
Expert in air quotes, I hope.
Yes, exactly. So I'll go ahead and add his. Let's see, yeah, an extra 50. It brings him up to 400. So there we go. I think everyone's caught up. Yep. All right.
These experience also included the fights in the streets before all this stuff.
Yeah, let me double check. I think I gave you that, but I may not have. Let's see, Thrak, you had, I gave you 300, you had 250. Oh no, you should have gotten some for the street. So what I can actually do, oh, I took that off of the encounter.
There were like 8 of them.
What's that?
I said there were like 8 people. I wasn't involved in it, so I got no
Right.
skin. But
Right.
I think there was like 8 of them.
So that's for Thrak and Theron, and let me do some quick math here. Let's see. Right, so we'll do 125 for Theron and Thrak.
Okay. You want me to add it, or you can just type over each other?
Yeah, I'll add it right now. What did I say? 125, so 675. Right. And Theron, we'll give him another 125. Okay, I think with some of the particulars out of the way, we can get back to the story, the adventure.
Nothing from session 0 or 1.
You already had that, Jen. So if you
Okay.
look, you're a bit farther ahead than the rest.
Cool.
And
Thanks.
Calathor is about a encounter or two behind you. So
So nobody dinged yet?
No.
no, you're getting there.
Quick question about dinging. Are you going to use the leveling up rules in the books, or are you going to do it lighter?
I have been thinking about this. I think I would, as much as I would love to do it kind of more hardcore, old school way, and require you to do training and spend weeks or whatever per level. I think what I'd rather do is you're probably going to have an opportunity to find a home base, at least for now, this session. And if that's what you guys decide you want to do, I think there would be enough opportunity for training there that we could sort of do it a little more lightweight and just say, as long as you've gotten back and you spend a night in that town, we can call it more or less a kind of a hand wave leveling.
But only leveling up in whatever home location you have, not on the road or halfway through an adventure, etc.
Right.
Cool. Okay.
Yep. So that puts a little more onus on you to have to actually go and spend. And training will cost a few dollars, but it won't be expensive. A few coin, I should say. Jen, for you, it's slightly more involved because not only do you have that training requirement, but for picking and adding spells, which you can add any time. That's sort of the deviation we're making, right? Is the sort of level of spells. So as you come across spells that you are going to want to transcribe, that's something that will take days to do. And depending on the spell, it could take, just 24 hours of intense study and translation, or it could take, a week.
Okay.
And that's largely dependent on whether it's a ritual or a more traditional spell.
Okay. We should probably talk about. Do you need me to tell you what spells I decided to choose as my first 4 spells?
Yes. Do you have them recorded?
I do. I have them on a piece of paper right now, but
Okay.
I can record them somewhere. So I was going to take 3 spells from the Cunning Craft list.
Okay.
7 Steep Stones is essentially good berries.
Yep.
Bramble Burrows.
Okay.
It lets me disappear.
Yeah, that's
underground.
the travel up to 3 miles.
Yep.
Yep.
And Black Staff.
Okay.
What that one is. Black Staff. The caster places their sigil on a staff or cudgel. Grants a hit chance equal to that of a fighter of the caster's level. And can grievously wound enchanted beings, roll damage twice, and take the best result.
Okay. So we'll treat it as a magic weapon when it matters.
Okay.
And, yep, and take the, essentially, advantage on damage.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
And then the last one that I picked is from the Psychomancy list.
Okay.
Dust of the Sandman.
Oh, yes.
Neat.
Sleep. Yep.
Yep.
I consulted a friend who loved, this is my first time playing a wizard, I think, at least in a campaign. So I consulted a friend who enjoys playing wizards a lot and said, all right, what are kind of the essentials? He said, well, you have to have sleep. So I took sleep.
Yep.
And then I have decided that I'm going to specialize, and I'd like to specialize in physiurgy.
Okay. Yep.
And so my understanding is I have a choice whenever it comes to rolling for spells. I can roll against all the tables, or I can choose to specifically roll just on the physiurgy table. Is that correct?
Yeah, actually, it's that rule is going to be you've picked your favorite. Actually, not your favorite. Your affine. Yeah, your specialized. Your affinity list.
Right.
So those spells come easier to you, and in contrast, there's a list that essentially you are now going to have to choose to be forbidden from.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you already forbid me from 2 of them.
I took 2 out because of gameplay reasons.
Right.
So of the remainder, you'll have to exclude 1 more.
Oh. I don't know if I want to specialize then.
Okay. You've got about 12 lists, so if I ruled out 2, there's still
really
10. They're all still good? Okay.
Yeah, things are still really good. I mean, I even looked at the 2 lists you told me I couldn't have and thought, well, some of this stuff would be really nice to have.
You know, the reason, I'll be honest with you, and I'm sorry for taking up the time metagaming here, guys, but we can take this offline too, Jim, but here's the reason why I took them off. I figured they would be a little bit difficult to role play into, because one of them is demonology, right? So,
right.
Yeah, you know, unless we want to completely forego alignment, but you know what? Why not? What was the one you were interested in? Demonology. What was the other one I excluded? Necro.
Necromancy.
Yeah, necromancy.
And it seems it's just like things like Circle of Protection
Mm-hmm.
is in Diabolism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I tell you what, we'll put those back on the table.
Oh.
And so if you go with your specialized lists, of all of the things that are available, you'll have to exclude 1.
Okay, then give me just a little while. I'll kind of look through it.
I don't think you're gonna have to figure that out today, but after this game, you and I we'll get this completely buttoned up for next time.
I'm thinking it's probably going to go Necromancy.
As your exclusion?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Of the 2, I'd really rather have Necro, not have to mess with them in Necromancy. But okay, cool.
Yeah, it's Diabolism. It has a lot of like the typical useful stuff.
Yep.
So yeah.
So we'll have to see if others see you practicing it, what they might think. So.
Right.
Yep, something to think about.
Okay.
Exactly.
What's that?
She's a witch. She must burn. We shall not suffer a witch to live.
When it protects you, you you won't be complaining about it when I put up my circle of protection and invite you in.
There you go.
There might be a moral choice there.
Yep. Or when I put invisible chains on the dude that you're ready to question.
There you go. Any other character matters?
I'm good. I'm sorry to have taken up so much time with that. I should have asked before.
No, that's okay. And I told you last time I was going to help you with that, and I didn't get to it, so I will make sure that happens today. Okay. Good. So you've got your spells. You could at least rock and roll for this session. And
I should also... do you want me to very specifically say each time that I'm making deep stones or no? And do you want to limit the number of stones that I can have that are steeped?
That's a very good question.
And again, they don't need to be answered right now.
Yeah, let me think about it as we go.
I've already steeped a set of stones. I
Yep.
hope we can say that.
Yeah, we'll assume that you have one pocket full of good berries ready to rock.
I prefer to call them steep stones
Okay.
because I like stone soup. So
I hear you. Okay. All right, so at this moment...
although I can't wait to tell somebody here, eat this rock.
Yeah. Is that the actual description as they are stones?
Yes, they're supposed to be pebbles.
Pebbles. Just,
Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
yeah.
Let me find that.
Don't chew, just swallow.
Right?
Okay, so you find yourself on the eastern shore, and as you get there, the captain is kind of looking very forlornly back at his boat, the bare remnants of which you now see sinking beneath the river surface. There's tons of flotsam and jetsam, lots of floating kegs and boxes.
One thing that I'm going to try and pick up from the flotsam is some wood to fashion into a new club. Seems like we lost one in the kerfuffle.
Okay. Yeah, we can. I think it would be easy to assume you were able to grab a reasonably sized board, piece of timber, planking from the ship. So it should be a fairly dense wood, fairly heavy wood. Okay. Anybody else doing anything else as you're landing the boat?
As we're landing, I'm going to look around to see if I can see anybody potentially bobbing out in the water. More specifically, see if I can see Garn and Mar. Because I don't see them now. In the hustle and bustle, not thinking about them.
Right.
Now that I'm kind of on shore, start looking for people, them specifically.
Right. So the river is about 1 kilometer wide, give or take, here at this point. So you can see on the far distance there are a few people who are scrambling onto the river edge. It looks like there may be 1 or 2 that are still floating down stream, but they seem to be just slowly. They're caught in the current, but they are still swimming, so they don't seem in immediate distress.
Okay.
So
What
certainly nothing you
time
could.
of the day is it still light out?
Yeah, it's I think it's about mid-morning, a little before afternoon.
Okay. It's just, my elven sight, I can see roughly.
Oh, that's
2
right.
miles
Yes, you would have no
day.
problem. Yep, you would have no problem. Sorry, I didn't think of that. So yeah, you can definitely pick out that Narv and Garn are on that far. It's definitely those 2 on that far shore. And it looks like the rest of the folks are crew. And then one you are quite sure would be what was his name? Krieg,
Okay.
who seems again to be paddling
Away.
away. caught in the middle of the river and the stronger current.
I will point out to everybody else. Maybe Thrak and I will try to help the ones, if you want, that are still out in the water. Get everybody to shore.
If there's sufficient people helping people to get to shore, then Thrak might start trying to get a fire together so people can try and go out in front of the fire. Just stand sodden on the banks.
Right. So as you start doing that, the captain will sort of take a sigh and turn around and sort of catch what you were doing, and he'll say, that's a really good idea, but I need to leave you here and take the boat and try to retrieve some of this cargo. So he indicates that he kind of wants him and his men to get back in the lifeboat, which is essentially just a large skiff, and paddle back out and try to collect.
People first. Let's get all the people to land and then worry about your cargo after.
No,
These are people who trusted you with their safety on the boat, and you've ended up putting them in the water. Now you get them back out.
Those are mighty strong words. He'll look at his men and say,
I've been harpooned, I've been down underwater looking for a damn box that had no business delaying us. I've been wet, I've lost everything I own. I'm feeling kind of, yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I tell you what, my men are loyal to me. They know their duty. We are seafaring men, river-faring men. We're used to the water. We're going to dock at land and let you get off and warm yourselves up and recover. But my men and I, we need to recover the rest of that cargo. That's our job. That's what we've been paid to do.
Are there many people still out in the river? Or most people pretty much sat on one bank of the lake?
No, yeah, exactly. There are perhaps 3 floating down the river. There's probably another 2 sitting on the far shore, in addition to Narv Garn and the large sack. And then, if my calculations are correct, there was the captain and 3 crewmen with the 4 of you.
Yes.
But the other people in the river don't seem to be struggling. They're just making their way to shore.
Yes. It's the river, I mean, besides the river just being strong, it's not particularly cold, so the risk of hypothermia is fairly low. You're in a temperate area, so...
Let him go, so I'll get the fire going.
All right. As he
check on Mara.
right, as she does look still very weak. I don't think she caught any water, so she's actually dry at this point. As the captain waits for the 4 of you, or 4 plus Mara, to depart the boat, and for his men to wait, and they're holding the boat steady for you to depart, and then he kind of motions to them to hop in. Thrak, he tosses you a little pendant, and on the pendant is a very bright colored blue stone, and he says, that's for your troubles and for helping me recover my very, very precious cargo, and hopefully that'll help you get some of your gear back.
Much obliged.
He'll say, all right, there's a road running north and south, a fairly well-traveled highway. It's about 2 miles inland, and if you follow that north about 2 days, you should reach a keep, and then another 2 days beyond that, you should reach your original destination. And fare thee all well. He seems in sort of a hurry to get back out into the boat and get his men back in and rowing.
I'll help Mara out of the boat. If she's still, does she look like she can walk, or does she need to kind of rest?
She could walk on her own, but it's going to be slow. She's not up to any forced march.
I think for now, maybe I'll just help her under a tree, and set about maybe helping Thrak. You know, set up some fires for the people crawling out of the river to dry off some.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna go hunting. Go scout around for food.
There you go. Jen, are you doing anything at this point?
I'm sorry, did you say something to me?
Yeah. Are you doing anything?
I'm sorry. I was just switching from phone to computer as you said that. So what did you ask?
I'm just asking if you were planning on doing anything. Were you able?
Okay, so
you,
I had put a whole bunch of stuff in the chat, but I think that you may not have
oh
seen
no, I'm sorry, I'm not watching chat.
yeah, I'm sorry. I had to use the restroom, so I wanted to
That's okay.
send a bunch of stuff, and yeah. So
Our game-
I'm so sorry I had to do that. It was
No problem.
urgent.
Yeah, I get you. It's game chat.
Yeah,
I mean, campaign chat.
Trailing stars. Trailing
Yeah.
stars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I asked how Mara was. I said I was only worried about the safety of the passengers, not the crew, because they're the captain's responsibility. So whatever he wants to do with his crew, that's fine. But you guys seem to have resolved that. So if we're unsure at this point, I want to make sure that Mara is okay.
Mm-hmm. She is.
I can give her a couple pebbles if she needs them, but I don't think so.
Okay.
Well,
no.
she might. I think she was healed but still weak was the issue.
Right.
Right. So maybe a nice warm broth of some kind if I've got it or can pull something together.
Okay. You've got a campfire going, so.
You know what? I think I might like to do that. Yeah. And then if I've got a campfire going, I'm gonna find a mammal and milk it.
All right.
That might be
My
tricky.
stones have to be cooked in milk to become steeped stones.
Well, you
Also
see.
gonna go, since we're at a riverbank, I'm gonna look for some nice stones for steeping.
Okay. You see Calathor gathering his things, like he may go out, maybe just about to step out for a hunt.
Yep.
So maybe you could ask him if he could locate for you a
Mammal?
a nursing mammal.
Yes, Calathor. If you find a nursing mammal, don't kill it. Capture it. I need the milk. Or you can milk it and just bring me the milk if you prefer.
I don't know about milking anything.
It's
Well,
it's
we'll
it's to
see.
your advantage. It's how I will keep us healthy. It creates medicine.
I'll
You
do
see, if I
my
take this little pot here, and I put some milk in the pot, and I put the stones in the pot, and then I put the pot, and I simmer it a bit, then the stones become medicine.
Interesting.
And if you are injured, I can heal your injuries just like that.
What? You've been able to do that, and you've left me this hole in my shoulder from that damn harpoon?
I thought I already gave him some stones. Okay, well then here, I already have a few made up. Would you like a couple?
Oh, thanks. What do they do? What do I do with these?
Just eat it. Just swallow it.
They're stones.
Yes,
Are you sure?
you'll feel better.
I'll try one. So I swallowed
Take
one
1
of these stones. 1 point. Yeah, I do feel better. Can I have another?
Yeah, here you go.
So how many do I have that I can take? Is there a limit to it?
I can make 7 at a time, so I have 7. And presumably
I
then
can
you're only going to allow me to make 7 per day?
Correct.
So these are from yesterday, as we were preparing. The night before, I said I would prepare, and so I prepared these stones from yesterday. And if I get milk, I can make more today.
Okay, with good breeds, I think there's a limit to how many one person can have in a day. I don't know if that applies to these or not.
There is no limit on this one.
Yep.
If you let him, Thrak will snark for that because he had 7 moves.
Oh, then yes, he can have all of them.
This is
And-
incredible. I feel so much better.
So I would ever so much appreciate it if you find stones that are of this appropriate size. You know, the smooth ones are the best, but rougher ones, they just go down a little more painfully.
I can imagine. I'll keep an eye out for you. That's damn good stuff.
This riverbank is an excellent place to find such soft, smooth stones. So if you have a moment or two and might gather a few days worth of stones, I would appreciate it.
Well, if it's okay, first I'll help Californ find us some food.
That's fine.
As a barbarian, I've got this. What's the skill called? Some
Like
survival.
What deer hunter, deer
Yeah,
tracker,
deer stalker.
deer stalker.
Don't forget, I can only make more stones if I have milk. Bring me a nursing mammal.
I'll keep an eye out.
It could even be just a little mouse.
You
Or we
find
can
that
just bring
can
you
give
the
up-
udder and you can squeeze it out, yeah?
Yeah.
I
You know, if
suppose-
it's something big.
I suppose. But I might cry over the spilled milk.
We'll see what we can do.
Yep. So I myself can do like 2 to 8 people with no check. But I imagine if I'm looking for a nursing animal,
Right.
I'm gonna have to do a check.
Yep. Mark, I think that's a question to you.
I'm sorry, restate the question. Oh, for checks. I'm sorry, for checks for hunting animal, yes.
Yeah, since I'm trying
Well,
to
for hunting, nursing
find
animals
a
specifically.
nursing one.
Oh, yes.
Because I can do 2 to 8 people with no check with survival.
Mm-hmm.
But adding in, trying to, like capture and then say, oh, no, it's a boy, dead. Really, that's kind of what it's gonna be, Like an unconscious trap.
Are you a girl or a boy?
Yeah,
You're dead.
Right. Okay.
Very
You
interesting.
might even, like, if it's a small enough animal, you might capture it and bring it back, and if we care for it, we would just have milk on demand.
I don't know how
Well,
much
if
milk
it's
to give out
nursing
with
the whole
squirrel
time.
or a rat. Yeah.
That's up to you if you want to capture a small rodent. Let me think.
I don't even know what I'm gonna find. I imagine things like rabbits, squirrels.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
if you're not being terribly specific and you're really just looking for a nursing animal,
Yes.
let's see. How does as a barbarian skill you would have an automatic success? You said right for 2 to 8 people.
Well, that's for survival, but I imagine deer stock is the same. I don't know.
Deer stalker's just for me. I can't feed other people.
Oh, okay. I can feed other people.
Yeah. Give me a second here. Let me look it up.
Yep, it's survival.
Yeah.
I like this group. This group is happy to role play.
Is that the purpose of this?
It is, but sometimes you never know with strangers you meet on the internet. Sometimes they're, let's just go kill everything.
I tell you what. I think I'd rather treat it more like track.
Okay. I just get a +2 bonus.
Oh, oh, back in character. You know, there might have been 1 or 2 cats on the ship. Maybe we see if we can rescue one.
Woo. Okay. I'll
I
give
don't know
you.
if that would make it easier.
Yeah, I kind of think that cats were actually a somewhat
Yep.
common item. What's that?
They were considered good luck cats.
Right, to keep the rats, right, exactly. So let's say there's a 50-50 chance that there's a cat that there were cats on board that managed to swim to the shore that you are on.
And one of them is nursing.
Well, let's just first find out if there are any cats.
Okay. So who's rolling it?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Why don't you, Calathor, because you're the one actually looking for him.
Yep. Even there is, odd there isn't. Well, that's not good.
I didn't see the roll. Interesting.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Oh, odd.
Oh, odd.
Well,
Okay.
that wasn't so lucky.
Let's say there's a roll another
tried.
roll another d6, and you have a 4 and 6 chance that there were rats on board that managed to swim to your side, large enough. So roll a 4 or less.
Oh, there isn't any farmland nearby, is there? Because that can make our lives a lot easier.
There could be, but right now I think everyone wants to run around trying to find the smallest mammal that's got a
I
That's
want
gotten-
to find food.
that's nursing. Okay.
I'm not saying we have to do this now. I'm just saying if you want more Heelys, that we're gonna need milk.
Okay. Well,
I'm saying it more of as I'm trying, or as I'm.
you're trying. Yeah, I get
looking
your.
around.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So what you've done essentially, you looked around. You couldn't find any cats that looked like they all maybe swam to the other side. All the rats, if they did make it here, they have left already and hidden. So yeah, you're gonna have to either find it through your hunting, or if you perhaps come across a farm or the keep that was mentioned.
I can totally see it now. You go to kill an animal and you have to roll to see if it's a male or female before you kill it.
Well, I was going to make you make 2 rolls.
Yeah, well, I would expect. Honestly,
Another basic that I'm going to do is, before I go looking for animals and stuff, I'm going to see what's salvageable amongst what's washed up on the shore. If we can get any rope or anything, because stuff, yeah, I've got virtually no equipment to
right.
the daggers from my belt, the piece of wood carved into a club,
Right.
the pendant
wanna do
and
that-
belt pouch, and that's it.
If you want to do that cursorily, and then that way while the 2 of you are out hunting, I can be a little more thorough in picking through the salvage while I keep an eye on Mara.
Yeah, but I might want something to make a snare out of, or
Right.
something for hunting first. So,
Right.
'cause
Well,
otherwise
I
I've
have
just got
some rope.
daggers.
I can dig rope out of my pack to fling around my back.
Okay, if you can work together with the hunting, maybe I chase the prey out and you take it down.
I know you'd scare the hell out of me to come running through the woods.
If it works for you, it should work on a quail, right?
Yep.
Those
Yeah,
aren't
I
mammals.
actually have string and hemp rope in my bag. So,
If you're confident you've got the gear we need, then we'll just strip out and leave someone else through the stuff on shore.
I'm good to move out.
Okay, so go hunting. Team effort.
Hunting and searching.
Have fun. We'll be here waiting when you get back.
Certainly hope so.
We'll keep the fire stoked. I'll sift through the things that are over here drifting about.
So Mara will sort of huddle by the fire, and Jen,
Good.
let me think. Let's do this in say 15-minute increments. Roll me a percentage die.
Who?
You, since you're the one actively looking at the shoreline, right?
Okay, yeah, and I don't know how to roll a percentage here.
Just roll.
I can roll 2d10s, and the first one be the tens place, and
Yep.
the
No,
second...
right click on the D10, and then you'll see a percent of that.
Oh, thank you. Six.
You do not find anything immediately. Meanwhile, out in the
And Call
The
of Cthulhu,
tall
that was,
grass.
like a really great roll.
right, you want to roll high actually right now.
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, out in the tall grass shrubbery, scrub, we find a half orc and a half elf. Are you half elf? Full elf? Half elf.
Half up.
Hunting in the woods. Now, let us say that what kind of game are you looking for? Bigger game like deer, or are you just trying to find anything you can flush out?
I'm honestly just trying to find anything. I mean, deer would be great.
Okay.
That'll feed us multiple people, but fox, rabbit, squirrel, you know, I've got a bow. I can do what I need to do.
For the basic hunting, for me, it doesn't roll. So the challenge is just while we're doing it, finding nursing it.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Safe
trying.
and-
Yeah, and I'm trying to find a way to do that because it's not exactly a given. And normally,
You can
More
say
of
that
like roll
we
up percentage.
find the food, but then just come up with rolls for.
Yep. Now normally it would take 8 hours to find enough food for you.
Right.
How long are you going to expect to spend?
I'm gonna say at least 4 hours.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's going to be plenty. Yeah, that's going to be plenty of time for Jen to comb the shoreline for flotsam. In that case, we can assume that you do find enough food between the two of you for at least the 5 of you to eat. And then, what would the percentage be that you have found a nursing animal of some
To
sort?
me, it's at
25
least
or-
95%.
Oh, you think it's that high?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. All right, let's roll a what animal it will be, because I think I agree with you. I think if you spent long enough, you'd eventually find some sort of nursing wild animal. The question is it a rat or a deer? So why don't you each roll me a d6?
Oh, good.
Okay. You do each manage to find rabbits, 2 rabbits that are nursing. So perhaps between the 2 of them, you could.
Get them in the bag. We'll take them back to
Good
the
enough.
the witch.
The witch. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, right?
Yes. Which is.
There's 2 of them.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah, well, Mara. Oh, you probably really don't know what Mara is yet.
No, I've
Yeah,
not.
you're new to her. Yeah, she hasn't. You haven't heard her story or anything really yet. Okay, so a number of hours goes by. Jen, why don't you roll me 2 more percentage dice? Roll as high as possible, please. Okay.
No,
When he
I'm
said
not going to roll
When he
high.
said as high as possible,
You, so my preferred game is Call of Cthulhu. I'm so used to rolling low.
Well, stop it.
well, I can. That's a coincidence because that's also my preferred game. CNC is my second favorite game.
Yeah, me too.
Uh-oh.
I was
Call of
like,
Okay.
good to
Cthulhu
go.
is my first favorite.
Oh my gosh, we have Cthulhu we could talk about. I run Gatsby and the Great Race. Well, I had been running Gatsby and the Great Race every year at GaryCon. Anyway, that one didn't go well either.
No, one more.
Oh, okay.
Beat 90.
Did not take it. It didn't show up. It rolled a 19, but Yeah, I'll roll another one. Oh, I think it was because I rolled it across the table instead of just in here.
Hey, that'll work.
I
Here's
mean,
one.
You do happen to a small chest does roll up. Not small, but we'll say smallish, less than like 4 feet wide,
Oh, okay.
and then a foot or two deep.
So a small trunk, a large
Small
chest.
trunk, yeah. I'm sorry, that's what I mean to say. A small trunk, yes. Rolls up, and in it you find some leather armor,
Oh,
but
that'll be nice for someone.
yes, but it may not fit a tall half-orc very terribly well.
Oh no.
It might not be flattering.
We might have to engage some skill, some other kinds of skills in order to make it work better.
Yeah, like squeezing into skinny jeans skill,
Oh. Okay.
if he has that skill. It would include like
or
a.
slit some seams and try to add a little more leather.
Oh, I see.
Bring
no
back.
buttwork chaps, please.
Yeah, some seamstress skills.
Yeah.
It does include a weapon belt
Oh, nice.
and a small dagger.
Oh, nice. Well, seeing as I don't need any of these items because I remembered to bring my stuff with me, I will set these aside because I think that one of my fellow refugees from the catastrophe needed some of this.
Yep. You also find just a couple of boxes of like shirts and clothing.
Any blankets? It's okay if there's not.
No, roll me. I'll make it easier. We'll skip the percentage since you don't seem to appreciate my my setting. You know what? Let me reverse it. I'll run it your way. Go ahead and roll me percentage. Roll low.
Okay. Oh, I didn't roll the right thing. I'm sorry. Let me try
That's
that
right.
again.
I was going to say, yay!
Oh, that'll work. No, okay, yes. You find a box full of, a chest, a trunk full of a couple of blankets, 2 blankets.
Okay. So I'll take the blankets and I'll lay them out around the fire. So hopefully, if they're damp, they'll dry a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'll do that. And then same thing with the dagger and the leather. We'll just dry things out a bit. And
Yep.
maybe Mara can give me pass the time with me, and we can maybe start working on pulling together. Maybe I can find some vegetables or something. Do a little bit of foraging once I'm done scouring the edge of the water. Maybe I find some clams or some crawdads as I'm wandering the shore.
You can look. It's not a skill you actually you possess.
Right.
Any ability in. So.
I'm more thinking, we happen to see one, we'll try to grab it, kind of thing.
I'll give you a 5% chance to find some sort of shellfish.
So roll a 5 or lower, right?
Yeah, on a D100.
But now I roll high,
There you go. See?
Yeah.
See?
We got to fake you out.
right?
Roll low.
Okay, and eventually the other 2 fellows will return with enough food for the night, along with 2 live female nursing rabbits.
Yay! They think to bring any of the babies?
No. I did not.
Okay, we'll just
It's
have
very
to keep.
succulent and tasty. Best
We'll
bits.
just have to keep milking said rabbits. those poor, poor babies.
Well, you got what you asked for.
Yep, I did.
You had to know that if you took a mother away from her
Yep.
nursing children, you were dooming baby somethings to die.
Doesn't mean I don't feel bad about it.
Just so you can have milk for your stew. Demoness. Alright, any other plans?
At this point, we're getting towards evening. We know that it's about 2 miles in to get to the road. I say that's something we do for you.
Are you going to share your finds with me?
Me? Yes, absolutely. Sorry, I thought you were still talking.
So that was what leather armor that needs adjusting.
Yeah. You only brought me rabbits, no deer. I don't know how to help make this postage stamp fit, but maybe it'll do you some good.
Well, you couldn't use the rabbits anyway for this, so don't you need the milk?
That's true, but I was thinking if we had a deer, then we would at least have a skin.
I don't know what other animals we killed when we were out hunting. Lugging skins back was not our plan, it was just about the
No.
food.
Well, someone wasn't really worried about getting some more armor then.
Food.
Don't know how
Food.
to make hide armor, otherwise I would have gone for that.
Well, you and I both know that if you take leather to an armorer, that they can use it. Take hide, they can make leather.
Yeah, but they want money. I haven't got any of that either, have I?
You're not very good at bartering, are you?
Well, that's what I came into town with, and I've left with less than what I went in there.
Indeed. I'm just suggesting that maybe the next time you kill a deer, bring the hide back with you.
At least I've still got a hole in my shoulder.
That's right. I'm sorry. We really haven't played him much.
No, we haven't.
So I guess we could just assume he was sitting there by the shore with you. Oh, but we should be fair and let him try to repeat some of the things you were doing, Jen. So would you like to please roll 4 percentage rolls? Real quick.
You really are a Call of Cthulhu player.
Uh-huh.
You guys are totally. Oh.
Okay,
really
no
am.
need to go proving me wrong now, just because.
Oh no, keep hell bent on her.
Wow.
See, you have no idea what you would have gotten with those rolls. So the 2 is good, though, right?
Yeah, the
So-
two's great.
So with the 2, we'll say, and since that was early, that was when you were looking for Flotsam at first. We will say that you found another chest with slightly bigger leather armor that might fit a half orc.
Oh, that would be helpful.
Actually, what did you have on originally? Was it leather or was it chain?
Hide.
Hide. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, we'll stick to the leather armor. With a belt.
Ooh, with a belt.
Yeah, the other one did too, though.
I know.
Hopefully there were some. Never mind. I'm not gonna play. Anyway.
Okay, what is the plan now?
Are we going to stay here for the night, or?
I think we should.
I agree. I'd like to do an assessment on Mara. Is she going to be better able to travel by tomorrow, maybe?
Yeah, actually,
Or
just
should we
spending the
spend some
few.
time building a litter for her?
No, these. Well, you wouldn't necessarily need the litter, but she actually. It looks like, having spent some time by the fire, she does look like the color uh, has started to return, and she looks quite a bit more normal, and
Oh,
she
good.
seems more energetic. So she actually now seems more interested in what you're doing,
Okay.
whereas
So
before she was just sort of listless.
more interested in milking the rabbits. Good. I'm going to get her to help me.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to use that as a segue to strike up a conversation. Ask her if she knows anything about healing magic.
Okay, and she will say, "No, I'm afraid that's not something that I really have spent much study in."
That's so. What is your area of study?
More advanced magics. Those having to do with ethereal energies and
Ethereal.
yes, and I have been studying portal mysteries lately as well.
Oh, interesting. So translocation.
Perhaps, but I'm afraid I can't say much. I'm forbidden by my order from talking about our arts.
Hmm.
So perhaps maybe in the future you could join our order, and then we could share information.
What order?
I'm afraid you would have to talk to my master.
Oh, A.
I take some risk telling you even what I'm telling you now. So
Okay, so being that I've been to wizard school,
mm-hmm.
uh, uh, there have to be some notorious secretive orders that I would know about. Does she look like she might belong? Like, is there anything special about the way she dresses, or some of the things that she's done or said? Maybe the language she's using, not specifically the language itself, but the words
Right.
that she prefers to use, or sort of thing. Like the fact that she keeps calling someone a master
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to a teacher, kind of thing.
Give me a class level intelligence check
Class intelligence.
and beat a 23. And unfortunately, there's nothing familiar about any of those things you just described.
Do I get the sense that she's at least neutral to good, as opposed to evil?
From her actions alone, you get she's either neutral or good. She has not yet shown you anything to make you believe she's evil.
Okay.
And you don't really possess any arcane ability to see within the alignment of
Right.
another person. So
Right. Would she be? Is she doing any kind of magic? Can I learn anything from her?
no, she's been mostly just kind of a bump on a log for now.
Okay.
That's if you recall, once you rescued her from that machine, that ray gun machine,
Right.
for lack of a better term, she that seemed to take quite a bit out of her, more than just natural,
Right.
weakness. Her weakness seemed to be more profound than just needing a good night's sleep. So,
Indeed.
and that's why she has full health in that sense, but it's like she has some sort of deeper weakness that seemed to, in the last several hours, recover more as she stood near the fire.
She's taken mana damage.
Yeah, you could say that.
Gotcha.
gonna hang here tonight. So
Good idea.
we should do watches.
Yes.
I would really like to strike up a conversation with Thrak, get to know him a bit better. Maybe
Make Karen take
Dad by recruiting him to help milk the rabbits.
I know how to kill them. I don't know how to milk them.
Yeah, I realize you have really, really big fingers, and these are really tiny teats. But do you think you could give it a try?
I guess you've got a spare rabbit, huh?
Yeah, right here. It's how I make these wonderful stones.
Rabbits are usually how I make a wonderful stew.
Well, and maybe for breakfast we can have rabbit stew.
Go on, throw me one of the rabbits. I'll give it a go.
All right. So how'd you end up on the ship here, Thrak?
Well, I've been wandering around, not doing much, and I completely ran out of coin. Ended up in the city. Before I know it, I've just upset half the bloody city. And someone says there's a way out on this ship, and that's where I am. I'm not
Was
sure.
it- How did you upset the city? Just your physical presence, or?
I kind of got into a bit of a kerfuffle with some cultists who seem to decide that they're going to take over the city. And if they don't like me, I'm kind of an noticeable chap. Yeah. I figured it was best getting out of there while the getting was good.
You are certainly very recognizable.
But they assured me there'd be something in it for me, and the people I was helping out, which is how I upset the cultists. But apparently, what it seems to have in it for me is losing all my stuff. A harpoon through the shoulder, get soaking wet, and now end up milking bloody rabbits.
But now you've learned a new skill.
Well, I'm not sure this rabbit sure is squeaking a lot.
No, milk, not squeeze. It's gentle. It's a gentle stroke, not a yank.
So what's your story? Why? And this you're her nurse, I guess.
Well, kind of by default. We were up in oh my god, is it Holmgren, Mark? Womford.
Womford, yes.
We were up in Womford when the volcano blew and got out to the river as fast as we could and got on a ship and took it down to Holmgren. And we were just trying to work our way back, see what was left of Womford.
So everything you have is there, or?
It's funny you say that. I'm not sure. I mean, I can't quite remember much further back than about a year ago.
Yeah, well, it seems like it's good a move as any at the moment. Otherwise, I'm just living off the land. I've got this half-decent armor, I suppose, that you just pulled out of the box. My new club, and yeah, just got to build my way back up from scratch.
Yeah.
It's as good a place as any, I guess. What's it like over there?
Womford?
Yeah, what are the people like?
Small town, couple of pubs. Mostly keep to themselves.
Sometimes.
You
They
hate
never-
small
never-
town?
They never know how to be friendly to me in my time.
You probably stick out like a sore thumb, huh?
Well, seems like it.
Yeah.
Well, as long as there's some coin to be earned, I'm sure I'll get something out of it.
There's lots of farms. I'm sure they might need a laborer.
Or a magic rabbit milker, huh?
Yeah, it could be. It could be. So it would be really hard to, and I don't even remember what.
The milk, it's not supposed to be red, is it?
No, you're squeezing too hard again. Why Why don't you let that rabbit right out of its misery?
Breakfast.
So I don't remember what Boss Dad's character's name was.
Theron.
Theron. Okay. So maybe when he comes back, we can hold the conversation, but I'd also like to include him in the conversation. Mark.
Yeah, you mean getting to know him,
Yeah.
or having him hear your story?
Yeah.
Yep.
So what's the deal with this woman that you were nursing back to health? What's
Oh.
wrong?
So when the volcano erupted, and I'm saying that because I don't know how else to describe it. When the earth rumbled and the mountain became angry and started throwing fire, there we go. As we ran to the water to escape the flames, we heard her yelling from her home. Well, we thought it was a home. It looked a lot more like a laboratory. When the earth moved, she seemed to have been pinned under a large piece of equipment. And we released her from it and got her to the ship as well, but she was quite injured. Actually, both of us were caught in this blue light that was being emitted by the contraption.
See, dark magic. Stop messing with that stuff. It's never good for you.
Oh, you believe it's dark magic?
It's magic. All magic is bad magic. Except maybe those stones you gave me. They fix me right up.
Maybe I'll change your mind about magic. But she seems very intent on getting back to her laboratory. Keeps saying that her master will be very upset.
So, this blue light, it hurt?
Yes, it near on killed me.
And you were going to go back there with a very feeble woman.
Well, presumably not to be trapped in it again.
Okay. I guess you know what you're doing. I'm one for overthinking these things myself, but
Probably hurts, right?
wouldn't be my first idea.
Why not? I mean,
Well, you know, they say when a boar rips your stomach open with its tusks, you don't go back to asking how its day's going.
well, Womford is where I last made my home.
But the blue light, that was, you said that was in her laboratory, or that was over the town?
It was in her laboratory.
Yeah, but you can go back to the town without going back to her lab.
This is true, and I'm really less interested in that than the creatures I saw coming out of the top of the mountain, along with all the fire.
This just sounds like a worse and worse idea.
They were large, shiny stones with legs, many legs.
And that's why you want to go back.
Well, that's one reason.
Well, when you were hit by this blue light, you didn't happen to knock your head or anything.
No. I certainly saw these things before the blue light, but I really
No, I'm not talking about the things. I'm talking about the irrational decisions you're making since then.
Well,
Like
aren't
when
you
you go
interested
back.
in knowing more?
I'd
Think
be
of all the
interested in staying the hell away myself, but
Think of all the things we could learn.
how to get hurt by blue light, how to get crushed by burning rocks, how to get eaten by strange, mysterious, glowing gem-like creatures.
I'm
Yeah,
certain
lots of
there's
things.
magic to be learned from the flaming rocks and from the blue light.
Mara will speak up and say, "You have nothing to fear from the blue light. That was merely an accident caused by the trembling earth."
You have a voice. That's good. So, what do you think of this idea being put forth that we go back?
Well, we have to go back. At least I have to go back. And I have convinced my two new friends here that it would be worth their while to help me. I follow an order of wizards, and my master would be quite displeased if he learned that I had abandoned some materials back in my lab. So I have contracted with them to help me go north and retrieve those materials.
So when you say worth our while, it's a certain amount of coin in this.
Yes. Quite a sum.
Okay, I'm in. Let's do it.
Yes, there'll be plenty more. Master would be pleased that I have been so what's the word I'm looking for? Master would be pleased I've been so able to make something good of something bad. Productive.
Opportunistic.
Yeah, something like that. That's not quite the word. That's okay.
So in the morning, let's start heading that way. Can you maybe tell me a bit more about what's in it for us?
I would be happy to. Well, I can tell you right away that I have quite a number of items that are very valuable that I would be happy to share with you once we reach my laboratory. And you could either keep them or sell them as you wish.
Okay, then this is sounding more and more promising. Hey, look, it's the captain already gave me this. I'll show the
Oh, that is quite. Looks like a reasonably valuable gem.
We're seeing these values, Mark.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm hoping that this will at least buy me some basic gear back.
Does the gem appear to have any kind of magic to it?
No,
No
it
sigils or anything?
nope. It just looks. It's actually a pendant with a small blue sapphire affixed.
Okay. Just checking.
You could always take it to a sage of some sort that would be able to determine if there were any sort of magical qualities to it. Or you could take it to a jeweler and just simply have it appraised.
There's a jeweler in the town we're going to.
You would not actually know that at this point.
I'm asking Mara.
Oh, Mumford.
Well, so she will say, well, there used to be a jeweler in Wumford, but I doubt that town still stands. I'd be surprised if there are any other living souls there. And if they are, then they're certainly just simply trying to dig through the ashes to recover the things they've lost.
Okay, so maybe wait a while. I'll be okay.
Perhaps there will be one in this keep that the captain mentioned.
About 2 days.
Yep, 2 days travel by foot north. Yep.
Yep, up the road. Once we get to that, which is like
We'll
we
see.
Yeah, you just need.
Yeah,
It's just you just have to walk 2 miles inland. Well, away from the river rather.
Yeah.
To the east. So, were you going to go ahead and rest the night, and then?
rest on the shore with the fire and everything.
Okay.
And then get dried out and rested. Next day.
Yep.
Okay. Were you going to post watches?
Yeah, I suggested Theron take first watch, and then I'll take third watch.
He will meepishly agree to just about anything you say right now.
Yeah.
Well, he's watching the whole night then, isn't he?
Yeah. If I must, but I'll be tired. You guys gonna carry me?
Nope. drag
we'll let
your
him
ass.
take first. I'll take second.
I'll take third.
Okay. All right. Well, fortunately, nothing exciting really happens in the night other than the sounds of frogs at the river. Other small critters running through the grass, nocturnal critters like rats and such. And morning comes, and you may all recover 1 hit point of damage if you have any.
Oh,
You get your.
So stones, I'm fine. Don't need any.
Yeah, I think everyone's probably good to go right now, right? So.
so presumably my stones have steeped overnight, and I have a full set of stones again.
Did you get enough milk?
It does not specify how much milk I need.
It would take you. We're just gonna say right now. It takes you an hour to prepare the stones.
Okay,
You could have done that last night while you all were talking and
that was
Cooking.
my intention.
cooking the rest of your meal. So you have 7 more slimy, oddly colorful stones.
Slimy.
Yes, well, they've been steeped in milk and had some sort of incantation cast upon them, right?
Helps them go down.
Yes, exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking. It's a lubricant.
Okay.
Plus, it makes them more tasty. So you can give them to kids when they're ill.
Not that I noticed.
I hope that doesn't make them hard to use as.
No, it wouldn't affect your throwing if that's what you're worried
Oh.
about. No. Okay. Your plans are
March towards
It's
the road.
directions.
okay. All right. You will eventually get there, and as the captain indicated, there's a road that runs roughly north and roughly south. Mara will kind of point to the north and go, I think we're going this way, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you'll head north and for a few hours till about mid-morning. Nothing eventful will happen. Just about, we'll say 10 o'clock. Actually, the orc, you also have excellent vision, don't you? Thrak?
Yeah, dark vision.
Oh, dark vision, but not like enhanced vision like Kelethor.
But I do have a very, very strong, keen sense of smell. So
Okay.
I can smell
Right.
things
And I have
from
an
afar.
extraordinarily good sense of hearing.
Okay.
I get a bonus to hearing.
So the two of you smell, hear, and get a sense that up ahead, there seems to be the sound of many small children and horses baying, or I suppose they're just neighing, and some cursing and cussing.
Okay. I'll share what I can hear. Anything I can see with everybody else.
Okay.
I definitely think we want to head towards them. Because if it's children, I'm not really worried about it being bad per se.
Indeed.
And who doesn't curse at their children?
And if they're very small children, maybe one of the mothers is nursing them.
Oh, nice.
Califor looked at Brack and laughed.
All right.
Yes.
That's
I'm
but-
not
We
but-
may
milking
have
her,
found the
though.
mother
I was
lode.
going to say, let's not rush to milk one of those.
We may have found the mother lode.
Oh, terrible pun.
Yes.
Do you see a map?
Negatory.
Negatory. It should be a. Well, I have shared it, so.
I think the problem is they're all shared with us, so we're not sharing something you can't really see.
Yeah, this one actually hadn't been shared before, so I just shared it publicly.
What's the title?
So it's called Path to River. Maybe I shared it and then tried to unshare it. And I did some looking. I can't find a way to force a map to show on your screen. So for now, I'll just tell you what the map is.
I can see it.
Yep.
I mean, I found it in the list.
Yeah, I can see it, but it didn't pop up on my screen.
Yeah.
Right. I just pulled it up myself. Yep.
Okay.
Looks like there's a cart on the road.
Yes, you got it. Actually, the cart
Cart
is in the
needs
wrong
to be
place.
Roll
Cart
on
needs to be
large
back.
white sheet around the cart.
Yes.
Yes.
Try
There's
to ignore.
sheets on the ground.
Try to ignore the sheet because Mark does not have fantastic digital artistry skills.
Ignore the sheep. Okay.
Sheep, yeah, the sheet.
Ignore the sheep.
Underneath the. Yes.
Uh,
Underneath. Yes.
okay. Next payday, I'll buy some better art assets. Anywho, let's put you on the very far right of the map here. So I just put Theron. If you guys want to grab your tokens.
You need to put them on the map.
Oh, I gotta put them. Okay. Let me
I see
put Theron, Kelithor, Arista there, and then Thrak, you are there. Okay, so far so good.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me take a peek real quick and see if I can show. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I want to see if I can turn off that need for me to acknowledge your moves.
While you're doing that at this distance, I think I can see all of our NPCs here. Very clearly.
Yes. So I'll just describe what you see and we'll move on. I'll take that as a note. I got to turn that off because I don't want to have to. It slows things down, I think, for no good reason. Okay, so ahead you see the cart, and you see it is led by 2 ponies who should now be visible.
Trill and Bill.
They even have names.
Yes. There is a short, stout man who's bent over. He appears to be working on the wagon.
Tom.
And his wife stands next to him, and she seems to try to be shouting things at the kids. There are 5 kids sort of playing and cavorting at the back of the wagon. And the cussing and swearing you hear is from Tom. Although you don't know yet know his name, but it's from the stout man who's working on the wagon. And at this moment, they don't seem to notice you. So we'll go in a sort of a soft initiative for the moment. I'll just go around and ask you what each of you want to do at this point. Again, at this point, you could just duck in them, go for cover. You've not been noticed. Thrak, what do you want to do?
I don't see any reason to be avoiding people on the road.
Agreed.
We're fugitives or anything, so I'm just going to walk up towards the wagon with a friendly hand raised in the air.
Okay. So you're going to go ahead and approach. Maybe
I'm
about-
going to suggest to Thrak that maybe he try to look as unthreatening as possible.
Yes.
That's the friendly hand in the air. Right?
Indeed, like
Experience
that
this
dagger
must be-
hanging off your belt. You might tuck that underneath your cloak.
Oh, I never thought of that one before.
Yeah,
Pushes it
yeah.
back.
It might scare someone.
And am I getting it right that Thrak is your designated ambassador, your diplomat, your
He's
I-
a
spokesperson for the group?
I definitely would not agree with that.
Huh.
I would not agree with that.
I
All right,
would
well-
agree that we would not agree with that.
Well, Kelithor, you see the big guy start walking towards the group with a big hand, his big paw in the air, and he's tucking in his dagger, and so his other hand is behind his back, kind of tucking things in.
I'm gonna kind of, very briskly run up and actually call out to them and say, "Hey, do you need some help?"
Okay. So you're gonna try to maybe run ahead a little bit and catch their eye before he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So that they see me before they see, the incredibly handsome and docile-looking Thrak.
And I, the charismaful. I actually do have a bit of charisma. I'm gonna give Thrak some pointers.
Okay, so you're.
Charisma. 9 is a number, right?
Indeed, it is.
Yes, indeed.
So you're busy chatting up the half orc as you're all approaching. Okay, so at about that point, the Mrs. Stout farmer notices you, and she gives a quick shout to the man who's knelt down working on the wagon wheel, and he'll quickly brush off his hands and stand up and say, "All right, what can I do for you? Are you here for? Are you just passing through, or are you here to rob us?"
This is for Thrak or Kelthor, right?
For whomever.
Jack is listening to you.
Remember. Okay.
Well, Kelthor looks like the one. He would look at Kelthor and speak to him. So this would be addressed to you.
Okay. No, definitely not. We are traveling up the road to the keep, and it appears that you're having some trouble with your wagon. Maybe we can help.
Well, I'd very much appreciate it. I'm a farmer, not exactly a mechanic or a cart artisan. So I could certainly use the help.
I'm not either, but we can try to help you as well as possible.
Well, maybe you and your tall friend could help lift the wagon while I fix this wheel.
Hey, yeah.
Well,
hey.
we could
What
get some
thing is
rocks
that?
to balance it on.
That might work. Do you guys all want to?
Hold it up.
Do you want to go ahead and approach and walk up? Continue walking up?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, and I can't select group. Looks good. Thrak's coach. Thrak's personality coach.
Yep.
Mara, who's pretty much still bringing up the rear, but at least walking well on her own. And Theron, who can't help his roguish ways, is starting to take a real good gander at what's on that wagon. Yeah. All right, so the man will say, "Well, my name's Tom, and this is my wife, Beatine, and these are my kids, Gavram, Godran, Garana, Gomond, Gogran, and that's it. And this is our family, and we're on our way north to the keep, and we got stuck here. So yeah, I could really appreciate any help."
Wheel broken?
Yeah, it happens. I've got the spare, but I'm having trouble getting it on. So
I'll come high it up.
I'll let you guys go ahead and move your tokens if you want at this point.
So, Thrak, you want to help me hold this up? See if you can just get that wheel on quick.
Well,
I'm gonna-
it's better we prop it up on rocks so we can do this job properly.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna look around for maybe the appropriate sized rocks or.
Definitely rocks.
So I'll put a picture in the chat. I'm thinking of something.
There you go.
But with a wagon, not the 4x4 Jeep. Okay.
Yeah. There's probably some rocks we could use to do that.
All right. I'll let you. Well, yeah, sure. There, it looks like there's quite a bit of rubble here, maybe off to the side. So.
Yep. Might be, around that big rock right to the southeast. Looks like there might be some right there, or just run over by the trees. I definitely think we could find enough to jack it up, so to say.
Okay. All right.
Like certainly out there gathering rocks as well.
You, as some of you set off to try to find some stone to do that, Tom will say, I'm so very glad you came along, because this is not a great spot to stand on the road for too long. There's creatures in these woods that have been causing travelers quite a bit of injury. So perhaps with you around, they'll be less inclined to attempt to bother us.
Well, we're also heading to the keep, so.
To the keep? That's fantastic. Maybe if you'll even escort me, I could make it worth your while.
What has you headed?
Great idea.
What has you headed to the keep?
Well, this cart here, as you can see, is full of apples and other fruit. And I'm headed to the keep to sell it. So once I can get there and I can sell it, I can give you an escort fee.
Might I be able to have an apple? I haven't had one.
Oh.
A good apple in so very long.
Sure.
So do you usually take all your kids along on your trading trips?
Well, what else would I do? Would I leave them at home by themselves? Of course I have to take them.
With their mother.
With their mother, yes. It's too dangerous to leave my family unsecured.
Home is more dangerous than the road? And you say the road is full of wild creatures? Huh. I don't want to live wherever it is you live.
Well,
I think
I don't
this
know
is
what to
the
say,
most
friend.
fearful half-orc I've ever met.
Exactly. I don't know what to say, friend, but we make the choices we have to make. It takes me many days to travel. And they're safer here with me, even with creatures on this road, than they would be if I left them alone back at the farmhouse.
Your choice, sir.
Yeah.
Hefts another rock over to the car.
Well, you never know. See, sometimes you get fortunate and friendly strangers walk by and you strike up a conversation and you end up with an escort. Sometimes life is just fortunate that way. That's how my wife and I look at it.
Yeah. Mind if I have one of those apples too?
Oh, help yourself.
Cheers. Takes one in each fist and just chomps out each world.
I'll just deduct that from your escort fee. No problem.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just kidding,
Spits
friend.
out the corners of his mouth.
Just kidding, friend. Just kidding. Live a little. You seem very tense. Are you part of some sort of orc fetish or orc group or something? I've heard of folks that look like you.
Let's just say I've had a bad couple of days and I'm not in a humorous mood.
Yeah, I know what you mean, friend. Well, hey,
See
we
that
got.
guy over there.
Yeah.
He put a harpoon through my shoulder just 2 days ago.
Oh, well, maybe that's why he's sort of standing there over by himself. Hey, wait a minute. He seems to be eyeing my cart fairly closely.
I'm sure he also has not had an apple in quite some time.
Well, Beatine, why don't you go over and help our friend over there and make sure he's he could help himself to an apple or two.
And our other companion, she's recovering from a recent injury. Perhaps you've heard of the events in the Wamford area of the last week.
Oh, I heard about that. Some terrible, wicked event happening up north. I felt the ground rumble.
Yes, she and I were in Wamford when it occurred.
And what did you see?
Pelithor, you were too, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, the three of us were.
And what happened?
We're actually
We left most hurriedly.
we did. We're on our way back to see what's left of the town.
Well, sounds a little risky to me, but I'm just happy to have friends for a little while to help accompany to the fort.
Friends are always nice to have.
Yes. Now, if you look in that one basket, there's a special kind of fruit I grow that only I have exclusive growth for. No one else has that kind of fruit. Something I've been working on for 2 decades. I think I'm going to call it a nectarin. Yeah.
Oh, it looks a lot like a peach, but less fuzzy.
Yes, exactly. But what's a peach? Yeah, but I don't know what the peach is, but all I can say is those things, they taste like nectar.
Oh.
And the truth is there are bees involved, but that's all I can say. I don't want to give them any of my secrets, you know.
Bees involved.
Hey, I know something about bees. Don't try and eat them. It's just a bad idea.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my. Have you tried to eat a bee before?
Well, you know, they hadn't made any honey, so I
Are
think
you
they're
sure
the
they
next
don't-
most
not
nutritious
what?
thing in the hive. Just a bad idea. Don't do it.
Oh, thanks for the advice.
So how are we getting on with these repairs?
You're just about done. But just about as you get that as the hub goes on and you're starting to put the little cap on and the pins and all that, the horses start to get quite nervous and start backing up and forward. And Tom rushes forward to calm them down because otherwise they might actually pull the cart off of the thing. Why don't you all tethered to the horses? Yes. Oh, that's a good point. I suppose they probably wouldn't have been tethered at that point.
I would have thought that would be a bad idea.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I wasn't thinking that one through too much. All right, but anyway, the horses do get startled. What's that?
Tied to the bush.
Hide to the bush? You do?
No, the horse is more probably.
Oh, that they would have been tied to the bush. Yeah, you're probably right. They would have been more likely over here, tied off somewhere. But anyway, they do get skittish, and Tom immediately runs over and says, "What's the matter? What's the matter, guys? Calm down, calm down. Why don't you all give me a we'll call it a wisdom check."
Good.
Oh, and let's
Beat by track. Ugh.
let me pull up Theron.
At least her stroke is a crime lightsabers.
Right. That's what I'm there for.
Just a second.
It's secondary for me, but man, it's bad.
Yeah, I just updated mine so it's more clear in a second.
Oh. All right. At that moment, Theron whispers out quite largely, "There's something over there in the bushes. Be
Is it an
ready."
animal?
Which bushes is he pointing to?
He points actually to the left and to the right, so on either side of the highway.
Okay, the two big.
Yeah, the bushes. Let's see.
Just to our north.
The one that the one that the ponies are tied to, and then the one that's straight across the road from that. And I should, let's see. Can I put a pin?
And can Thrak smell anything unusual?
Give me a class check for that. No, nothing in particular. But at this point, let's go into an initiative. And immediately after shouting that, Kelethor, what do you want to do?
If you're saying that there's something in the trees or whatever, bushes near us, or near the ponies.
He says, "There's something hiding in the bushes. Quick, grab your arms."
Yep.
Two arms.
I'm going to get my bow out. I'm going to ready my bow.
Okay.
I'm going to pull up my staff.
Well, when we get there, hang on a second. Theron, well... you know, I'm going to play Theron very aggressively. So why not? I think Theron would like to do something that looks absolutely heroic because it gets him closer to potential loot. So Theron will attempt to jump on top of the wagon.
Does he fall and break his neck?
No, he does not. He's Dex is prime, so he just makes the check. He's up there, and does he have a bow, or is he just have daggers? And actually, come to think of it, maybe I shouldn't be playing him. Maybe one of you guys should be playing him. Let me think. Where is my character party sheets? Theron has daggers and knives. Ooh, maybe he wouldn't have done that. Yeah, he would have. He's trying to figure out what he's facing. He's not quite sure yet. That's Theron. The children do nothing. They're not very aware. Something pops out. It's a short creature with very pointy ears, silvery skin, and gleaming red eyes. And it glares menacingly at the party. And let's see, it also has small wings. So it is going to, measurement. Well, that's not good. Give me a second. We'll just move him. To there. He begins to fly. He lands closer to the children. In fact, all of these guys do. Oh, wow. They just caught Pete's chat.
Yeah, fun would not be in my vocabulary at that point.
It's like you were suddenly transported into an episode of Top Gear.
Oh yes. The whole rally was a bit like that. So, yeah, I'll tell you about it.
Right.
Okay, two of the creatures fly and start attacking Bill the pony. Another creature actually lands on its back and sinks its teeth into the back of the pony. And
God,
gets,
monsters.
that's two. It's one. Is two. Bill the pony. No. Okay, next, Arista. You see these creatures flying out. Two of them seem to be flying towards the children.
Oh, I'm
And-
definitely defending the children.
A couple fly, and you hear the scream of the pony as one of them seems to be biting the back of its neck.
Okay,
So, go ahead.
Presumably, I am near the children. That's what all these tiny.
Yeah, the
H's
small
are.
H's are, yeah. The other two, the adults, are on the other side of the cart.
Okay, and the two that are flying toward the children are the two that I've just moved closer to.
Yep.
Okay, great. Then I would like to thwack at them.
Okay. Oh, are you going to be throwing your...
I'm going to use my staff.
Oh, your staff. Okay.
Well, as they get, they're not close enough, are they?
They're not close enough, yeah. So at that point, you've made essentially just kind of a combat run, so to speak. You're not full out running.
Yeah.
You could charge them, but that would be a bit reckless, and you'd give up some
I'm not
AC.
gonna charge them. I'm just going to stand between the children and the critters.
Okay.
And I think I might yell to one of the children, "Quick! Pull my sling from my belt." And that way, I don't have to pull it out. I can stay holding onto my staff and thwack it with the staff, but then when I want to switch to my sling, it's already out.
Interesting. Okay, so you're barking orders at the children.
Yes.
They've become your...
The children around me so that I can better shelter them.
I see. You just shout this out loud to all the children?
No, I will point at one of them as I run.
Okay.
Probably the one that's closest to me.
Yeah, they range in age from like 6 down to 2, so...
One's a toddler.
Yep.
And I will tell, so I'll tell the children, go close to the wagon. Stay near. Are the horses attached to the wagon yet? We said no.
No,
correct?
no, they were attached over there on
Okay,
to
good.
the trees.
Okay, so I'm going to tell the children, run over to the wagon, hide under it.
Okay. So you have just enough time to start shouting those two orders. Grab my belt, run away.
Yep.
So the children, who are absolutely not going to be confused by the conflicting orders.
No. See, I pointed at the one child.
Oh, you can.
I sling
Okay.
out my belt.
Okay.
Tell the other children, take cover under the wagon.
Which child? The child closest or the child that's the oldest? That looks the oldest.
I will tell the oldest to grab my
Okay.
slingshot.
Okay. As it turns out, the very next person will actually run up, and the others will all. Actually, you don't really need to tell them. They are all running towards Mom. Actually, wait. Let me do a check. Okay. Yes. Bill the pony. Yeah, he rears up and starts pulling hard at the reins. Fortunately, they are holding on. The children are moving. Oops, back to Tom. Tom. Tom will say, "Screw the ponies," and start running towards his wife and his children. So he will start running this way and say, "Yeah, quick, get down beneath the cart, children." Mara is not in any shape to be doing much. Beatrin will also go out and try to rustle up her children. Children. Trill. Will start kicking and bucking. And Thrak, you're up. Uh-oh. Are you on mute? Oh, okay.
Is it possible to charge the one just in front of the wrist?
Sure.
Yep, okay, I'll charge him and attack him.
Okay.
With my new club. Charge does something +2 to damage if I hit. There's no bonus to hit, and it means I lose.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
We will say that is 1d. I think like an improvised club is only 1d2.
I think all clubs are improvised. There's no gold piece price for club.
Right. But the damage wise, they're 1d2, right?
As I say, I think all clubs are by definition improvised. They're just a piece of wood. That's why there's no gold piece price on any club. They're free.
Right.
So I don't think there's such a thing. If you just took, took a chair or something.
Yep.
I said I wanted to fashion it, but just use the suppose.
Yeah, I hear you. Clubs the 1d6. Okay. So we'll say, go ahead. 1d6.
+2 from the charge.
Yeah, plus level 2 for the charge.
Okay. And let's see if I can find that guy and give him 2 more
It should have already.
points of love. Give me a second. Where are we? Did you take damage? You took damage. You took damage. Oh yeah, he's actually out at this point. Anyway, so he crumples to the ground.
Kind of a battle cry, but I forgot to say he tries to intimidate, so it's just the charge that's up.
Okay. He is unconscious. And I believe, Thrak, you were at the bottom. So this time you're up first, Arista.
Oh, okay.
So the one child is grabbing something from your waist, so you're sort of a little bit hindered.
Yep. And so he's run up to that one, right?
Yeah, you saw Thrak just come running by with his makeshift plank club,
Okay.
swinging wildly and just planting that creature into the ground.
Great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the child that's at my waist, take that to your father, that he can use the sling. So that Dad now has a better weapon, and a ranged weapon, and doesn't have to be in the middle of combat.
So that'll take about a half a round to
Right.
get that kind of coordinated. What else do you want to do? You wouldn't really be able to move because you got this kid trying to grab something off your waist.
Right. So then I'm going to go on the other side of my waist and pull out the pouch of pebbles for it,
Okay.
hand it to the child.
You sort of start to prepare to get your throwing stones.
Yeah.
Tom will
And
come
then
over.
If I still have time, or if I still have time in my action, I'm going to move forward, but otherwise I'll stay here.
Okay. One of the kids will make it to the... Tom will continue to try to... Tom and his wife will continue to try to grab the children and throw them under the cart. Thrak.
Take a half move and then cover the next
The
one.
next guy. That's a miss.
And my AC is back to
Okay, Kelithor.
Okay. Are any of the ones over by the ponies under any kind of cover due to the wagon being right there?
No, but you've got, it's essentially you would be firing into melee because you've got them kind of bunched up plus the horse. Yeah, I'm sorry, I take it back. Technically, the one that's the farthest from you would have cover by the horse. The other two, certainly the one on top would be no cover, no concealment, and the one behind would be maybe partial cover. But go ahead.
I'm going to try to shoot the one on the back of the pony.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yep.
Let me do 5 damage.
Nice shot. But more of a grazing wound.
Yeah.
Child Gourmand. Daddy! Mommy! Trill the pony. Trill the pony's pissed. He don't know what the hell's going on, but he knows he's scared as hell. Trill the pony will now break free. And start to bolt. I think he would probably bolt away from the creatures. And he's not caring about his potential former owners. Mommy, Daddy! Toddler comes screaming. Actually, Toddler, I think, would probably run into Mama's arms, but creature. Feature. Let's see. That one will miss. Having trouble identifying which one this is. How do I know which one this is? Why does it not show me on the map? There it is. Okay. Attacking the pony. Oh. Definitely hits.
Ooh.
Well, that's not damage. It's not that much. I just don't have the dice it wants. Actually, I forget. There's 2 attacks. This is the second one. Bear with me. Kill the pony. Where'd you go, buddy? Did one of you say that you had were able to take the windows out of Fantasy Grounds?
You stretch the
You can stretch Fantasy Grounds window to be across 4 screens.
That's right. Okay. Never mind.
Start full screen.
Yep. Okay. And then finally this one. Make 2 attacks and land both of them. Three more points of damage. And you hear the pony scream, and then it just kind of falls to the ground.
Poor pony.
And 2 attacks on Thrak. Is a miss. And a hit with a claw. For 1 point of damage, Thrak.
God damn it, that hurts. I'll just on my next turn smash it in the face with the club.
There's no roll there. He's going to run over and join his friends. Would he charge? I think he would.
He has to move at least his full movement.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So he flies. I'm sorry, you're right. So he flies and lands there. A willing target for you next round. Theron, with his glorious move, realized he didn't have a bow. He thought, "Oh, that was stupid," and then he decides to, perhaps not being a super chivalrous. Was he super? No, he didn't.
No.
Yeah, he's a rogue. It's not really his nature. He is going to come over here though, and maybe share some love with one of the creatures, the one that just flew, and make an attack and miss. Mommy. Bill the pony is no longer with us. Mara again won't be much help. And Godron by now will have gotten the sling and he'll come running. Dad, that lady told me to tell you to use this. You said
I'm
never.
gonna whisper under. I'm gonna tell myself, good boy.
You said never talk to strangers, but I don't know, she looks nice. She smells nice, she's pretty. So what the hey?
And she doesn't have glowing red eyes and wings and sharp teeth and claws, which is also a bonus.
It isn't trying to kill us.
I wouldn't go that far yet. We don't know that.
Theron will make another attack. And miss.
Oh, I know.
The
There's...
children are screaming and hiding, and Arista, you're up.
Okay, I'm just trying to. There it is. I'm looking. Where's the combat tracker? Where am I in this turn? Okay, so now I am going to run up and spank one of these little guys
Oh.
with my staff.
Oh, okay. They are naked. They're not wearing any clothes, so.
I think that's the dead one just moved up. Or the unconscious.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to move near them. I mean, you want me to stand on top of it? I can.
No one will judge you.
Okay. So, yes, I would like to spank one. I'm not sure how to do that.
You can. It's either right click or click on the token, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm having trouble doing it because when I select any token, it just makes it active.
Okay, but I'm just going to roll a d20. Presumably. Okay, I'm not going to hit anything.
No.
Well, just for reference, I guess if that one that Aaron attacked was attacking me, he would get a flanking bonus. But it's easy rolls like that anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I only rolled a 6. I don't know what it means to get a hit chance equal to that of a fighter of the caster's level.
So you would.
It's that
Yeah, you would add in your bonus to hit. So you probably don't even get one yet for another level or
Right.
3. But
Right.
if you were to act as a fighter, you'd get your level as a bonus to the base to hit, as a bonus to the hit.
Okay. Oh, see.
That's the benefit of being a fighter. Is as you level, you get additional bonuses to hit.
bonus to hit. Okay, and I'm gonna do this now just because I want to see how it works. But this is not my turn. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I was on the wrong page. I used the wrong thing, and now I know how to use this better. Thank you.
So you would have added your strength plus 1.
Yeah, and I don't have any strength.
So it would have been a 9.
Well,
And so wait, my base to hit is a +1 now.
If that's what that spell was doing that you were talking about, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So at first level, the only character that gets a bonus to hit based on their class is a fighter who gets +1. Everyone else is 0.
Right.
And of course, the fighter goes up 1 per level, but other classes go up, which
Yeah.
Great. So, but
I'll
this is
go up
only
one
for my
level.
staff. So I will try to figure out how to.
Yeah, I mean
edit
it's
this
it's a
item.
staff, so it's not a huge amount of damage. But at least if you with that spell active, you're attacking as if you were a fighter, so you're getting at least that bonus. I think
Right.
is the kind of the benefit to that spell, as I'm understanding it.
I'm sorry. Say again.
Yeah, that's the bonus to that spell. It makes you hit like a fighter.
Okay.
So a wizard at level 1 gets a 0, level 2, 3, level 5, and then has a +1. By the time a fighter's level 5, he's got +5, so you get an extra +4 to hit at level 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
At level 1, you only get an extra +1. Level 2, you only get an extra +1.
Great. Oh, here we go. I just found the bonus to hit box. Oh, but I only want that. Nope, that's not right. Because I only want the bonus to hit on staff. Which means I just need to edit the staff. Okay, anyway, I'll figure it out.
Now, if I could only get it to attack Thrak without me having to roll and do all the math myself. How do I attack Thrak?
No, right?
Give me 1 second. How do I get to attack him without having to think about it? I just want to swing my claws. I just want to swing my claws. You big brute. Alright, well, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. We'll just roll dice. And miss.
If you roll like that, you can roll dice.
Yep, exactly.
Does a... No bonus to hit, so does a 14... What's your AC, Thrak?
On Thrak, that hits.
Oh, okay.
He's only AC 12 at the moment.
All right, you're a bit disadvantaged. Well, it's only 1 point of damage. So you got that going for you.
So was that the same one that bit me before? It's just creature 2.
Yeah, sorry, I
No,
couldn't
need to
tell.
kill both of them. Okay.
Oh, you're keeping scores. Okay. Creature 3. I don't know why I'm having trouble. Their label. I should just read the label. We'll come up and flank Mr. Rogue. And hit. For 2 points.
Here lies Theron.
Yeah, well. We tried. Oh, come on. Theron, where are you, buddy? Theron, where are you, buddy? There you are. Okay.
How do you lock on for your target?
Control
Yeah,
click.
control click. Okay, thank you.
But you're still targeted now on 2 creatures. So
Yep,
you need to
you're right.
control click on one of them to untarget it. Now you're on 3 creatures.
Ah, yeah.
Now you're targeting the downed one, the unconscious one, when the one is down.
It shouldn't be targeted.
Well, unless you want to make sure he's down.
No, not really. I really don't want to. Why did I have such a stack of dust? Untarget them all. Untarget them all.
So one is
One more second, and I'll be done with the strange fellows, strange creatures. And Theron, where did you go? Where did you go? Just had you. And I believe Theron is now wounded and unconscious. Creature.
And targeting himself, which is
Yeah,
quite
well,
a genius at this point.
Sorry, guys, I'm back.
And Kelethor is also targeting Tharon.
How did I do that? Good boy. There we go. Now I'm not targeting him. I'm not trying to double arrow him. So that is the one I'm going for. And that is not going to hit.
Would normally be a fumble. Let's see. Bill is down. And our pony, who can move. Oh, it only says 40 feet. I don't buy that for a second.
A pony? No way.
Yeah. I'm thinking that
That
pony.
one we can use 30.
Yeah. That pony's heading down that road.
And blind terror.
Yep. Mommy! Children, stay down. Bill the pony.
He's got a double move, that's 18, which is pretty
Thrak, you're up.
okay, revenge on that mighty clawing, nasty flying, red-eyed beastie. What? Stay still! Woof! And then whips it over his head.
All right, next, top of the order. Arista's up.
And I finally figured out how to make that staff automatically work. So,
Sweet.
Let's see it.
I can't make it automatically hit, but I
Hey,
can make it
did.
add that one. Did I hit?
Yes?
I would
Awesome,
hope
I hope so. So now I get to roll damage twice and take the best result.
Were you attacking creature? Which creature were you attacking? Do you know?
The one closest to me. I'm not very
Okay.
good at this, so I'm just going to do my best.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
Picture 2.
So
Yeah,
I got
this-
a 5 or a 5.
Okay, well,
I'd take the 5 if
yeah.
I think a
I
5.
don't know. It's a stretch, but yeah, I probably would go with the 5.
Actually, I don't have a choice. I have to take the best result, so I'll take the 5.
okay, that makes it easier.
Right.
He is unconscious.
I also like that I'm standing like really close to somebody else. This, by the way, guys, is my plan. Don't charge in at the beginning. Wait a round or two. Do something else that's just as important first, and then come in, because I'm still, even though I can hit, I'm still squishy.
Thrak turns just as you take it down. Says, "Oh, thanks. That one was mine, but I'll let you have it."
Yeah, no problem. I didn't need to take it down. You know,
It's cool. It's cool.
it was in front of me. You probably have like that whole berserker rage thing that you could have done, huh?
Next time.
Okay.
Just having a casual conversation.
From a whirlwind of terror.
Whirlwind attack's only level 4.
Keep that in mind. Don't stand near him.
Child, mommy, Thrak.
Okay, so having whiffed it over his head, I then turn it to backhand striking with the club on a return swing. Does 14 connect?
A 14 does connect.
And just clips him across the ear.
He is also unconscious, so only 2 creatures now remain. Let me see about just removing the ones that aren't currently visible.
You can do a assumed coup de grace.
2 left to take down. So, yeah, Thrak cackles in glee and says, "Right, next!"
So 3 and 4. So give me 2 seconds. Temporarily make him invisible. Temporarily make him invisible. 3 and 4.
1 and 2 are still visible. They disappeared and then they came back. 1 is now gone. 2 is now
There we are. Now we're
All right, so you only see 2 now, right?
Yep.
And they're flanking the now unconscious Theron. And they seem unfazed by the fall of their brethren. Toddler, Garana, mommy. Mara also still not terribly helpful, just kind of watching and nodding and as if in approval.
What a surprise.
Child, Beatrine, Bill the Pony is gone. Theron is not thinking much of anything. Creature 1 is gone. 2 is gone. 3. Oh, he senses something he hasn't had in a while. Wizard flesh. Oh, but he
Guess
likes...
who he's going after? Thrak.
So, Jen, you may take 2 points of damage. And creature 4, I think.
Disappeared.
Creature 4 did? Oh, I accidentally put... I'm sorry. 4 actually had... I moved 4. I should have moved 3. But they're both going to attack Jen anyway, so...
Yay.
And does a 13 hit, Jen?
My AC, yeah.
Okay. 2 and 1. 3 more hit points of damage.
I'm down.
Okay. Kelithor, you're up. You see the 2 step forward and they seemed intent on Jen for some reason. Yep. 14.
Yeah.
That hits.
Hey, I saw the hit this time.
Oh, wait. Yes. Now we're down to 1 creature. Trill's gone by now.
I figured, just so everybody knows, I stick him with the bow because I figured I would lose a turn switching.
Jen, you...
That's why I'm sticking with the bow.
Yep. You're bleeding, child. Theron is bleeding. Mara is not helping. Creature. The only... Oh, that creature's unconscious. Creature 4.
Creature 4.
Let us see. Creature 4. I think creature 4 will simply step forward and take a swipe at the big orc. And yeah, it's they're actually 12s. What was your AC?
12.
Oof. Okay. Try again.
I think equal AC hits, I'm not sure.
Yeah. 2 points and 2 points. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Why do I have 3 rolls? We'll do 2 points and 1 point, so 3 points total.
Ah, get off!
Kelithor.
Fly true, my friend. Or not.
Oh, that was a 19.
Yes. Wait a second. That is... Oh, it's already including the bonus. Yeah, it's a miss. Yep, sorry. It's already said that. Thrak, you're up again.
Oh, you're also attacking it from the rear.
I didn't.
+2 would have hit.
+4.
Oh, if it's +4, it definitely hits.
I think a +2 from flanking and a +4 from the rear. This is important because one of my abilities as a barbarian is that I ignore flanking. Flanking attacks on you don't get any bonus, and rear attacks on you get half bonus. So, but I think rear attack is a plus. I know rear attack is a +2. Flank attack is a +1. So
Okay.
it's +2.
Actually, you need an AC 14.
Then I still miss.
Okay. Then I will smack it down.
You can do this. Or not. Let's see. Oh, luckily, Calathor, you're up again. Top of the order.
Oh, hopefully my arrows fly true.
Oh no!
Ah, what the hey?
These arrows whistling past Thrak's ears and making him nervous after the issue with the weapon. Watch what you're doing with those!
I'm not hitting ya, so come back. Ouch.
One more point of damage.
They've nearly done as much in all these hits as one harpoon strikes.
I think, Thrak, you'll be up. Yep, you're up, Thrak. It's just the three of you, really.
Nice.
Oh.
Not
Yeah.
so nice.
Well, enough,
Cut it
enough.
down.
It crumples to the ground unconscious.
Nice.
Yeah, I immediately turn my attention to Krista to see if
I'm so glad that I gave you detailed
Stabilize.
instructions about those good berries.
I can start forcing a good berry down her throat.
Ah, that's her nose, Thrak, not her throat. Some big meaty paws.
Sorry, not good berries, rocks. Start forcing rocks down her throat.
Good
Yeah,
pebbles.
great. Make sure they're the slimy ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, why aren't these helping?
Oh, these are my sling bullets.
Her voice becomes quite gravelly.
That I sneezed on.
Ew. Ew.
Or you sneeze and then you're like, which ones are which?
Yeah.
So I actually was at -1 mark,
Yes.
so I don't know how to deal with that.
Negative. Well, so -1 just means you're unconscious and bleeding. And I should have been making you make a couple of saving throws there, sort of save versus death. Negative con is your. If you have more than negative your con,
Okay.
you are
My con is fairly good for a wizard, so.
okay.
So what'll happen is I'll drop a lot. You guys have to force pebbles down my throat. But, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go over to Theron to see if he's bleeding out. So. try
Okay.
to do something.
So you run over to
Heal.
your friend. Where did he get to? Where did we end up with him?
And move.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where his hit points are at this point. Oh, he's only -1 as well, so he also could be revived with a slimy stone.
Slimy stone.
That's why they're lubricated for situations like this.
Yep. I also have some bandages.
Okay. So you start patching up. Tom will.
Bandages cure 2 wounds as long as they're applied within 4 rounds of the damage.
I don't know if it's been 4 rounds.
It has not.
I think it's been 3.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
And Tom will hand you a couple more bandages too. So
Oh,
Yep.
thanks, Tom.
while his wife is trying to calm the children, and Mara will just kind of saunter over and sort of go, "You guys were very courageous. That was some amazing stuff. But
Yeah,
I have
Tom, didn't you have anything you could have helped with?
not really. I'm a farmer. I suppose I could have grabbed a basket and thrown it at him. Maybe it would have.
You haven't got a pitchfork?
No, that's back at the farm.
So you say the roads are dangerous, you bring all your family, and the only weapon you've got is a basket?
Well, they're
No.
only dangerous if you stay for a while. We didn't expect
Correct.
for.
Thrak.
Yes.
Let's not be so aggressive. This is why people are afraid of you.
But you nearly died. He nearly nearly died. And look at me, I'm bloody hurt. Look at all these scratches.
And you know, I'm sure that he will consider this.
I'm also going to try to collect any arrows that may not have broken or become damaged.
Okay.
I've used 5.
Let's see. You. How many hits did you have out of that 5? You had 3 hits.
I had 3 hits.
We'll say out of the 3 hits, 2 are recoverable from your creature, and then the other 2 would take a few minutes if you want to actually take the time to go look for them. Although you probably have it, because at this point Tom seems like he's starting to run down the road towards his fleeing pony, because he
Well,
realizes without
I'm
horses we're.
Going to offer to try to track the pony.
Oh, okay. Do you want to just go ahead and run up and help him with that then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I would certainly do that.
Tom
I'm going
says,
to check out the creatures that you killed, find out what they are if I can, and figure out if there's any good eating on them.
okay.
He can be our connoisseur. So it's a wisdom check for track.
Okay, go ahead and make it. But that would be, is wisdom not prime for you? It
No,
is not.
wisdom is not prime.
Oh, wow.
Very.
What are your primes?
Strength and dex.
Strength and dex. Okay. Because I think most of your skills are whiz-based, aren't they?
It's a mixture.
Yeah, okay. I haven't played Ranger in a while, so I'm trying to remember how to play him. But I seem to remember something about wanting to be take a wisdom as one of the primes because there's so many skills dependent on it. But
Yeah, I mean, survival and track are wisdom. Everything else, well, like Moose Island is dex.
oh, combat marauders probably what, strength or dex?
It's strength.
Yeah. Yep.
Scale is dex.
That's one of the things about rangers, you need to try and decide what type of ranger you are by choosing the
Right.
prime. Unless you're a human, of course, then you take both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, wisdom would definitely help, but I didn't. So
Okay, so at this point, let's because we're getting close on the end of the session here. Why don't we make a few calls here? It sounds like Calathor is going to help Tom try to recover the pony. It is kind of, bright daylight, so, and the pony so far seem to be sticking to the road. In fact, you can sort of see the dust tracks farther down the road, so you have a good guess that he's still on the road. And perhaps with Tom calling for him and a familiar voice and your tracking ability, the two of you could probably go and recover maybe within a half hour or something. What do the rest of you want to be doing? Jen, what do you want to do?
Probably try to find where my sling went off to.
the one you gave to the kid that the farmer never
Yeah.
used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, Thrak didn't see the farm had a sling and didn't use it.
Man. Okay, so you're like, yeah, I gave one of your kids a sling. You gave a weapon to my son?
Yep.
No, I'm kidding. He didn't say that. Okay, and then Thrak, what do you want to do?
Yeah, so as I said, trying to figure out what these creatures are and see if there's any
Oh.
good to them.
Yeah, that's right. You said that. You can tell that they seem like some sort of demonic creature. That the meat's probably not going to be very good for eating. These are not typical animals. They seem like they're some sort of magical or demonic creation. So you might take a risk by eating their flesh.
Yeah, just dig a small pit on the side of the road and throw them in, cover them with rocks to keep them away from attracting wildlife that you might not want next to the road.
Okay. I think Mara would actually pitch in and help nurse Theron back a little bit, help finish bandaging him up. And I think, yeah, you've still got a 2-day journey north to the keep.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than just assuming you would get there, let's perhaps end it here. You could, I suppose, if you wanted to, camp here. You do have some supplies.
We need to.
If you needed
Since
to,
we
yeah.
have injured.
Yeah, but I'd rather try and find a spot where we haven't been known to be attacked by demonic creatures.
Right.
Indeed.
Okay.
Better cover, better defense.
Yeah, demonic corpses in the ground next to us.
Right.
Yep. Plus, we're only going to have one pony, so
Oh.
it's going to be a little bit slower going.
Might I suggest that if you don't mind pony meat, there is a
Good suggestion.
there is
I'll
a
hunt the pony.
A dead
Yep.
pony.
I'll
Dead-
set to butchering the pony while they're gone.
Yep. Okay. The Tom's wife will sort of take a little bit of offense at it, but then she'll just realize what's going on and just didn't go and kind of shield her children's eyes from it. And they're going, Bill, Bill,
Look away!
look away, don't look, children. Bill, but Bill, what's wrong with Bill?
Remembering Arista's advice, I actually keep the pelt.
There you go.
the pony pelt. There you go. It's probably just fine for leather, so horse leather or hide, yeah, rather. Yep. But yeah, the only difference would be what leather would be like processed hide, refined hide.
I don't know. Hide actually has a higher AC bonus than leather.
Oh,
I think
interesting.
hide is thicker, and maybe it's more like
It's heavier,
think
thicker.
like
Hmm.
crocodile
robust.
versus deer. I think.
Okay, so leather from particular animals. I got you. Yep. Oh, I see Boss Dad on. He was playing something else right now. That's right. I'll ping it. I'll verify with him if he's still going to hang with us. So, all right. I think with that we'll pick up next weekend. We'll have probably returned with a pony and having butchered another pony and buried some strange demonic creatures. And
Slow move to the keep.
to keep. And we'll do XP at the beginning of next session.
Okay.
So, thank you, gentlemen.
You're welcome.
Yep.
It was fun.
Yeah. And let me double check real quick before you finally leave. What do we think about moving this up 30 more minutes earlier? So starting at 1 our time.
That would work.
Would that work for you?
Fine if it's okay for people. I was up for it today, and I would have just eaten at my desk, but when I heard you guys were ready,
Okay.
take advantage of the fact that
Yeah. Okay. Well, if it's not going to be too big of a deal with you and your family, then yeah, let's just start at 1, and then that gives us another 30 minutes. So maybe get a little more action in every session.
I'm good.
That's all good for me.
Okay, yeah, and we can eat. We can eat while we're playing. We're not doing video, so
Exactly.
just mute when you're chomping. Thanks, guys. Exactly.
Thank you.
Although for the orc, it would just be normal roleplay.
Right?
What are you chewing on? Pony bone, pony leg.
Funny.
Pony.
Funny I found alongside of the road.
Yeah. All right. Take it easy, guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a good week. See you next week.
Thanks, you too.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.